really have not gotten any cooling of your energy. It's just turned into a fireball, and we can all just turn on a stove and see fire. You know what I mean? So I think it really is about understanding that um, sometimes the fire can be sickening. And I think this week it's really about learning how to work with other energies and not be narcissistic. Leo rising. For Virgo rising this week, it's really about understanding that, to be honest, you guys are really getting ahead and you guys are really on it. People are going to be coming to you to just hear your words of wisdom. I think, if anything, North Node Aries in the eighth house has just taught you depth of wisdom. And the reason why I say this is because I think that Virgo is a very extremely important part of the constellation, and that the wisdom is so profoundly simple and subtle that most people could ignore it if they weren't even attuned to astrology. And I think that for you guys, it's really about really working with that opposition to the sun in the beginning of the week and then going straight into Aries, which will be in your eighth house. So you guys will really be racking in all those other people's resources. Some of you will be getting more intimate with your partnerships, business partnerships, or even beliefs. And I think that's really exciting. And I think, if anything, you guys are also incorporating that in your work routine, but just realize that you guys are leveling up, similar to Pisces rising, and that it does take the integration of what you know and constantly applying it with that Libra South Node in your second house, almost like a mantra, like, I am successful, I am a boss, and just keep saying that. And that is how I think you guys really are able to rock in more of that energy that you've been manifesting in those clients. And it is about understanding that this is a cosmic rhythm here with Libra in the 15th degree. That's literally what the Sabian symbol says, and that these are wheels of progress, and I really do think that it's important to understand that. Keep up with the patterns you're implementing, Virgo rising, and success will come. For Libra rising, this week is really about understanding that you guys are working on your health here with Neptune in the sixth house, and that's really dreamy, and you guys are really in your own world, and that's really exciting. And I do think that with Chiron here in 18 degrees, it's going to be about knowing that you have to make it about yourself in some partnerships, yes, because you need to realize that the more friends you have, the easier everything will be at times, within your field. And I know it's weird to think in terms of that, because I feel like with North Node Aries, my whole conception of it is sometimes is like when people fall off, I feel like they shut themselves out from the world. But I think that when this transit is used really well with Pluto and Aquarius, we can open our eyes up to like just how many people there are in the world who are excited about what we're excited about, and realize that it's really about carrying the wisdom, and really seeing the Neptune. And I think it is important to understand that Neptune in the sixth house for you is really about understanding how much have you reaped from your work routine, what is working, what isn't, what can you incorporate visually. Do you need a calendar? Do you need a mood board, a vision board, to get things going more and getting that south node of 15 degrees Libra of these cosmic rhythms of what you're seeing really integrated in what you're doing. For Scorpio rising this week is really about understanding that it's really just about understanding what are you telling yourself, because that's what you're manifesting. If you're telling yourself you're the best, you'll manifest that. And you're Scorpio rising. You can seize time if you wanted to. And it's really important to understand that Pluto is in Aquarius in the fourth house. So maybe you guys are feeling connected to a deeper soul tribe that is beyond words. It's so simple. Yeah, it's just this simple knowing, simple respect. And honestly, don't take that for granted. I think, if anything, that sometimes life is just simple respect for people. And when we integrate that, everything is easier. And I think with this Jupiter and Taurus moving to to 16 degrees. Jupiter in Taurus, yes, is moving to 16 degrees in Taurus. I think it's about understanding you already know how to get your relationships going, but what are they teaching you? What are your relationships teaching you? What are your relationships teaching you, right? Like, are you willing to see that there are a lot, you guys have a lot more like than you just might think? You know, that phrase. And I think that it's really about understanding that when you tone it down on the Mars and tap into that Pluto energy because of that Scorpio rising, and you connect with the empowerment of your relationships and you learn, that's when you start achieving new heights of success. For Sagittarius rising this week, it's really about understanding that with Pluto in the third house in Aquarius, I think that if anything, you guys need to worry about just some of the things that are going on in your neighborhood. I think sometimes Sagittarius rising think that it's Sagittarius rising thinks that it's the world and they're like, something's wrong with the world. Sure, there's a lot of things going on, but when you start concentrating to your neighborhood, who you are, then you start connecting with your psyche. And I think that's what you should be doing this week, just kind of picking up on, is there a coffee shop I should try out? Is there a new cafe we should try out? Is there a new, place to rock climb? Is there something exciting that we could do to connect with Mother Earth more and ground? And I think that's when things get really exciting for you. And I think that if anything, having somebody who is watching how you've changed, like a guidance counselor or something for this week, could be helpful, just because I feel like it will just help you integrate who you were and who you are now. I think if anything this week, people are going to try to look back and they're just going to dissociate, because so many people have had to change with this North Node at Aries Chiron transit, that I think that the healing has been so high that I think it's really about keep going. We will have an opening for the Mercury in retrograde to look back on, but right now it really is about understanding, with Mercury going into shadow, it's going into shadow in Aries soon. I mean, it's already in shadow, but it's going into retrograde soon. It's really about slowing down and getting in the body and grounding. For Capricorn rising this week, very similar to Sagittarius rising. It's about getting in the body and grounding and really being like, okay, I was tightening up my career last week. Now let's get more on with the fourth house. How can I connect with my family, my soul tribe more on a deeper, intimate level? And also realize that, how can I incorporate healthier foods or healthier ways of looking at myself? With Pluto and Aquarius in the second house, it's really about enjoying this value system, right? And sometimes with a value system, it comes in how you view yourself with other people, how you view yourself alone, your friendship circles, your family circles, and all these circles you have in your life, your health, your love life, your routine, and seeing that all really organized and being able to feel inspired by that, and that's your whole thing this week, Capricorn rising, is allowing yourself to keep adding to your value system. But sometimes it's not always money. Sometimes it's quality time. Sometimes it's physical affection, like the 5 love languages, it could just be self-soothing head massage. You know what I mean? It could be getting a pedicure. It could be getting an electric toothbrush. It could be anything, but just adding to your value system here does help motivate you to be a more successful candidate as a Capricorn rising for your most idealized salary for some of you, or most idealized lifestyle, let alone money, just lifestyle, how you want to live. For Aquarius rising this week, it's really about understanding that you've seen a lot, and even when I say that, I feel it. So you've seen a lot of Aquarius rising, and it's really about understanding that how can we keep this rhythm, this cosmic rhythm of your belief system going, and realizing the influences you'll be seeing from your soul tribe with that Jupiter and Uranus and Taurus, people teaching you things. How can you just incorporate that in the root, in the cosmic rhythm, and learn from these people like they're almost teaching you something about the root chakra, teaching you something about safety. Therefore, you'll have less fear of joining in with other people and more just interest in that. Maybe this is a teacher-student relationship this week.